All right, we are live now. We can wait a couple of seconds, I guess, for some people for the people
All right.
the people to come
Okay. I'm down for that.
and or at least a couple minutes or whatever.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Did you get your burger already?
Man, I didn't have a chance to yet, but like that's like my next like move after we get done with this, and I'm like trying to get done to it. People are like texting me, like asking me where am I at, like it's gonna be like a meetup or something. And I'm like, man, I'm like running around trying to do this type of stuff, making sure that we spreading the word about it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You know, did you had one?
I did. I stopped at a different restaurant on the way back from our interview, and I had one at Bossy Road. It was delicious. I got the veggie burger. I love the veggie burger. So
Nice, nice, nice. All right, well we can dive right into it. So, first of all, I'm super excited because I'm just super excited. I mean, there's all the reasons in the world to be excited. I mean, right now, why wouldn't I be excited? And yeah, man, this is our first time taking kind of a leap into this world, and I think the collaboration is great. But before we get into the collaboration, man, thanks, Jake. I see your comment. Um, thank you. And but before we do that, I do want to talk more about like Halo Burgers history because there's a lot that people don't necessarily know about in terms of just the history, the company being sold from the Thomas family to just all of that stuff. So if in brief, I mean, I've heard a lot of it myself, but
yeah.
in brief, if you could give us a little bit of Halo Burgers history.
Yeah, so Halo Burger is almost 100 years old. We started in 1923 in Flint, Michigan, in a boxcar style restaurant on Harrison Street. Since then, we've grown to 7 locations and really become an iconic Midwestern staple, serving things like olive burgers and Boston coolers and things of the like. So it's been an interesting journey for the brand. I know everybody knows and loves the Thomas family, and if you have a memory of like going downtown and meeting any of that family, like please leave it in the comments because I absolutely adore hearing about it. But they ran it for about 70 or 80 years until they finally decided that it was no longer for them. They sold the brand to another group, and they operated it for somewhere between 5 and 10 years. From there, in 2016, my group took over, and it was then when we kind of reached back out to the community and we said, hey, like, we want to make sure we're doing this right. How can we best serve you? And people told us that they really wanted to see more of the original recipes coming back and kind of seeing Halo Burger a bigger part of the community like the Thomas family was. So we reached out to Terry Thomas, and him and I are actually friends. We get lunch, we talk, we phone call, the whole 9 yards. And we said, what can we do to go back to kind of what you guys were doing and be more true to the roots of Halo Burger? And they helped us from 2016 through now to really get to the point where we can say it definitely is a lot closer to maybe what the Thomas family was serving. And we know things changed, and we recognize that, and we apologize for kind of the back and forth, but we are in a place now where we've gone back to the original recipe. We've brought back a lot of the staples in the menu, and we've really reintegrated ourselves into the community, and we're proud of that. So we love to celebrate our history. There's a lot to it, and I'm just so
Yeah,
happy that we can like this. It's really great.
yeah. The second oldest. Correct me if I'm wrong. The second oldest burger chain restaurant in the country. Correct.
Yep. In
Okay.
North America, actually.
Yeah, in North America, yeah, that's the bigger flex here. In
Yeah.
North America, yeah, man. So that in itself is a huge accomplishment. And me personally, I was super impressed just kind of getting to see like a little bit of the process. I didn't know like the vegetables were like hand
Yeah. And cut.
and cut and all of that or whatever. So that was like super, super impressive. And another thing, I mean, most people should know this because it's part of your whole slogan and what you guys, represent is that 100% beef and it's never frozen
Nope.
whatsoever. So just actually seeing that, it felt like I was at home, making a burger or whatever the case is. So,
Yeah.
but those are good quality things that, I feel like people should, know or take heed to.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool things that I think people are surprised by. Like you mentioned, the vegetables being hand cut every day and the beef never being frozen. We also have our buns. It's a custom recipe to Halo Burger, and we have those fresh baked and delivered 3 times a week to every single restaurant. So we're really big on quality. We really think that if we wouldn't serve it in our kitchen at home, we're not going to serve it to you guys because at the end of the day, Halo Burger is really just our guests are a part of our family, and we want to treat you with the utmost hospitality when you come through our doors. So yeah, it's a cool brand, and I love sharing this kind of stuff with people because they're always surprised. And uh, thank you, T Strokes, because it means a lot to us. We really do work hard, and we want people to enjoy what we're putting out. So I know that Brandon got the chance to go behind the scenes and see that firsthand, but what was it like for you to kind of be back in the kitchen and see those ingredients and be able to kind of build your own burger? Like, was that kind of a weird, like, foreign experience for you in a way?
I'm not gonna say foreign necessarily because I'm no stranger to the kitchen, I would say. However, I would say it was just an amazing experience to be able to, first of all, thank you for just giving me creative, like, hey, whatever you want to come up with, type of thing. Cause I work with, a lot of different people or brands or whatever the case is. And sometimes it's like, I don't know, they might not be as like innovative or forward thinking or whatever the case is. So they don't let you have like, do the best that you can possibly do.
Right.
And so no, first of all, thank you for that piece alone. And secondly, but being back in the kitchen, it was amazing. But it felt organic though. It didn't feel like nothing like out of the ordinary. It felt like exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Like it just good experience. Great energy. Shout out to Scott. Uh,
Yeah.
Scott throwing the burger together. So
Scott's
no, definitely. Just a good experience. But a lot of people also don't know how long ago like we started working on any type of collaboration. And I tell people, or I haven't told many people, like forget it started through like a DM somehow. I don't know.
I think it was me. I like to take advantage of being the anonymous cow and reach out to people and see what we can do. And like I said, we're really big on the community, and you're a huge community leader. So naturally, like, we want to help further the things that you're trying to do.
Thank you. So yeah, it was like I think like I was at the time, and this was before we were communicating regularly, but I was like super like happy, like Halo Burgers in my DM. You know what I'm saying? Because it's what we grew up on. Like it's what everybody knows. Like just across the board, you can't even be from Flint or any of the surrounding areas, like and not know Halo Burger. In fact, we're going to disown you if you don't know Halo Burger. That's just how much of a staple it is. So, when I seen the DM, I was like, man, like this is, big. But I think the talks of collaboration kind of spiraled just from there. And it was about, I want to say it was about a year ago, maybe a little longer, maybe.
Yeah, somewhere. We were downtown at the coffee shop.
Yeah, yes. Oh, yeah, that was the first time we met up. Okay. But yeah, so our initial idea couldn't happen obviously because of COVID and everything that came up with that. And then we were, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm just running through my memory here. and then the next idea was kind of the burger idea, because we knew we couldn't pull off the event necessarily, but thinking about like, okay, this burger situation may be something that we could do, but not knowing how far COVID was really going to like go and affect, at that moment. So what I do want to ask you though was, what were your like initial thoughts like on partnering like with Beats and Beers? Like, why? And I'm asking this because you guys are Halo Burger, and I'm sure anybody would be happy to see you guys pop up in their DM, just like it was for me. So what was it about, I guess, Beats and Beers that?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, being such a iconic leader in Flint, I think we see the good that you're doing, and I would say this is true for a lot of the organizations we work with. I want to kind of just point out the fact that all of the philanthropies that we support, I vet out to make sure the dollars stay here. They don't go across the country. They help the people in Flint because we believe in community first. It's not that other people don't need help, but we have to take care of our hometown first. So to me, it was first and foremost that you're such an iconic Flint person. And then the brand itself was furthering good things in the community. And those are two things that are really important to us. And so it just made sense. I'm always looking for people that are creative and innovative and willing to kind of step outside the boundary and create something new. I think that's where the most amazing ideas happen and the coolest things occur. And we want to be able to share that with our guests. So it just seemed like the two brands had a lot of things in common, but enough differences where we could help kind of close certain gaps for each other too. Like I said, or you were saying, originally it was going to be an event, and I wish it could have happened that way. And what will, it's going to happen, but part of it at that event was supposed to be the burger, and I think we kind of took that idea and kept it on the back burner until now, when it made the most sense to launch something like this. And now that we're starting to reopen and people are starting to kind of leave their houses a little bit more, we wanted to give people something exciting that really represented both brands. And I think ultimately, working with you guys, we were able to do something like that.
Yeah, I see this comment, and Jake says, so you mean tell me you had the idea of having your own burger before Travis Scott did? I mean, it was a year ago. Like, I don't know when they started planning that, but it was definitely before we heard of it, or heard about it. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
If he wants to comment, like the three of us can all make one next, that's cool. We could always do that too,
Yeah. And no, like, I'm really appreciating like the support and everything that we are getting from it all. So why is this campaign, or the launch of this burger, like, important to Halo Burgers brand? I mean, I feel like you guys could have launched, like I said, probably put together a burger or any product or whatever the case is.
I mean, I'll be 100% honest with you and say that it's because, we do launch LTO. We call them LTOs, limited time offers. We do launch burgers in different flavors, if you will, throughout the year, but they're all native to the brand. And I think the thing about this that's unique that I love is that it's not native to the brand. It's something that we're sharing with somebody else, and that makes it so much more special. It's cool when, as a brand, so speaking from more of a marketing side of things now, it's cool when you're a brand and you have somebody really going out and speaking and like sticking up on your behalf. Because I can say things all I want as Halo Burger and people will be like, yeah, sure. But when there's somebody like you that has influence that goes and says it, it means something else. So, and it means more in a lot of cases. And so for us, I mean, that's huge because I can say, hey, we noticed there were some things that changed throughout the years in the brand, and we came back in 2016 and changed it, and yada, yada, yada. And people are like, okay, cool. No, you didn't, or don't believe me, or whatever.
Right.
When you have someone else telling that story or helping kind of be like, yeah, no, that's really what happened. I've seen it firsthand. It means a lot more. And so I think to me, that's the most important piece of this is that we have someone else kind of on our team that people trust. And people trust you. I know during our photo shoot, your friends even told me that there's anything you could say a lot of different things, and people would be like, "Yeah, okay." So I'm like,
Right.
yeah, I mean, it definitely means a lot to us. And I know keep saying, it means so much to you growing up going to Halo Burger. And I think it's likewise. It goes both ways. It means so much to us that you came in, you saw what the brand was doing, and you actually believed in it. And now you're telling that story too.
Yeah. So just so people know that I'm not making this up, has Halo Burger done any like other collaborations of this sort?
So I will say we did one thing similar. It
I
was
know what you're about to say. I
it was
think.
done this way. It was done a lot differently in the way it was handled, but it was with Andre Drummond.
Yeah.
So that would be the most similar thing we've done. But something where we made a merch line and had really the person kind of involved more on the day to day. That hasn't happened, and it's a first for us. And I'm really excited. I don't view those, even though they're similar, I view them very differently. Um, to me, this is a lot more organic and natural. Not that that wasn't, but
Yeah.
working with somebody whose full-time job is to play basketball and there's contracts involved that are
Yeah.
kind of extensive, it makes it a little bit different of an experience. And that's just the truth of it. And Andre Drummond was great to work with. He was awesome. He went above and beyond and put his heart and soul into it. So I'm not trying to take anything away from that, but it just means something different when it's two local Flint brands that are working together.
Yeah. So what's the because I see Halo Burger setting the bar here, setting the trend here. So what's the future of it looks like? Any more exciting Halo Burger news we should know?
Oh boy. So you're just talking like the brand in general?
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever it might be. Well, I mean, we're always trying to create new things and come up with new ideas. That's number one. Number two is we'd love to expand. We think this is an awesome brand. I think this is an awesome brand, and I know there's a lot of people that agree with me on that, where we would love to open new restaurants. Where and when, I don't know. If I knew, I would tell you guys, because people ask me every single day, but it's coming. We are working towards that, but there was definitely a wrench thrown in the plans.
Yeah. The magical question, and I feel like the couple of interviews that we've done today, everybody wants to know the chances of it being continuing on as a menu item, the Beats and Beers burger. Speaking on, so what are the chances of that? I mean, I know what that entails, but tell the people need to know so they go out and go buy this right now, sharing and liking. We love it, we appreciate it wholeheartedly, but the way to really affect the bottom line here is going out and actually doing it and supporting it.
Yeah.
But go ahead, you can elaborate on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit the mark perfectly. It just depends on what the response is. We're never gonna say anything's off the table because it's not. We're not a red tape brand. We're not a company that's gonna be like, oh no, that's not how we do it. That doesn't matter to us. We recently did something similar. We noticed people really missed the mushroom Swiss burgers. We stuck it on the menu for real. And that's a permanent addition. So those things happen, and if it's something that's really popular, we'll definitely continue to offer it in our stores, and we'd be happy to do that.
All right, fries, onion rings, or tater tots?
Tater tots. Tater tots for me, man. What about you?
Same.
Okay.
Same. Personal favorite. Extra boom boom sauce on the burger, and
I love it. So I want to ask you. There's some questions I think that are important to share. What does it mean to you to have a burger here at Halo Burger? And I know you kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but you grew up with the brand, so can you kind of elaborate upon that a little bit more?
yeah, definitely. So for me, I mean, yeah, like you said, I grew up on Halo Burger. It was just a staple. But see, Halo Burger was always it was like the premium burger. So it was like the treats of the burgers, of all the burgers. It was a real treat to go and go to Halo Burger. So being able to partner with you guys and you guys have a prestigious brand and everything it's amazing. Like I'm still amazed at it all. Like that's why I can't wait to get off here and go order, like just as the customer, and just kind of just have that experience and take it all in. But it's amazing. Like I'm still like taking it in. I'm still like in awe about the whole situation just because it's just something that as a kid growing up, I didn't, know or fathom that, happening. And I just think it's a move forward, for you guys' brand, for the city, for Beats and Beers, for everybody. I think it's just a win just all the way around. Like it really I I'm really interested in like unique partnerships. Like that's really like my thing that kind of keeps me going right now. And I feel like this is just one of those things where it's like, oh my God, when people see it, like it just makes sense. And the more innovative we can be, the better.
Yeah. And it's been really fun too. I think you and I are both similar in the fact that like we don't see
Yeah.
limits, we see like endless possibilities and like are always like just fixing things to get that perfect little angle just right. And so it's been really fun working with you on this too because I think we have similar mindsets in that regard and it's been really
Yeah, definitely, man. I work with so many people and they're like they don't understand like those little like, marketing tactics or whatever the case is, and they look at you like you're, crazy or just doing something, far fetched. But it's like, no, like this is what we need to do,
fun.
and this is innovative, and this is what the people want to see. So to have somebody like you in the position, that you're in, it just makes it all the better um in terms of like me just being able to be creative and free, like really pushing an idea forward. Like that's what I'm about. So, and this whole thing embodies that.
Yeah. And marketing people don't get enough love sometimes. We were at that photo shoot the other day for the merch, and I'm sitting on the floor like in some weird position under the drive-through window, keeping it open. And I think people don't understand the stuff that really does go on behind the scenes, and it's always interesting. So
Yeah, it's so much like, and we still haven't put out, all the stuff that we've rolled out, all the stuff that we've done, just yet. But I mean, it came together, pretty quick. I think we originally started visiting this idea again, maybe back in January, top of the year,
yeah,
or something like that. But yeah, from there, it's just like this has been one of the easiest experiences I've had personally to work on. Like, I mean, and I think that feeling is like mutual, and it's just easy when you have people that understand, what's supposed to happen and make it that way. So
yeah, definitely. There was a shared vision, and we went after it. But even the stuff that looks easy, I'll say it's not.
yeah,
For darn sure. So uh, shout out to Calvin too because he does awesome work.
yeah, man. From videography to photography to everybody that put a hand in even the slightest hand in helping pull this together, from people who posed and modeled in pictures and just everything that came together to make this happen. Oh, one question I do want to ask you though,
Sure.
because people want to know. So what does on you guys' end, what does a rollout like this look like for you guys? Like what does it entail? Like what's the process?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, you cut out a little at the end.
Okay. What's the process of like a rollout for something like this? Like what steps do you guys have to take on your end to make
Yeah,
something like this even happen?
yeah. I'll give you the glamorous and the not glamorous side of it all wrapped in one. So from start to finish, if you're gonna roll out an LTO or a limited time offer, a burger or a shake, whatever it might be, first you have to determine what it is. You need to make sure that um, you've tasted it and you like it and all that good stuff. From there, you turn and you work on cost. So you make sure that either A, it's within the cost that we would be willing to charge a customer, and B, that supply chain can support it, so that if it's a special order item, then we can still get it in our stores in a relatively quick amount of time, or we can take the steps ahead of time to get it there. From there, we would turn into the design phase. So I go behind the scenes of the product, I would stage it, and then take the picture, get it over to my graphics department, have her extract that from the picture, and then create all the design elements. So it's fun. I love photo shoot days. I love content days because we get to really just like play with food. But they are long, and it is not as easy as it looks. At the end of the day, burgers, they can look really great, and then you put them on a camera, and you're like, wow, that lettuce looks so weird. So you kind of have to mess with it. But we're really proud, at least at the end of the day, that, and you can vouch for this, it is what you're getting. It's not like we're giving patty or anything or some weird like mumbo jumbo. It doesn't happen like that, which is probably part of what makes it a lot harder. But at the end of the day, I don't really like kind of being a liar. So there is that too. From that point, though, when we get the design process done, we'll recreate that design in all the formats that we need. If we need to get it printed, we'll get it printed, and then we'll distribute it. Push things across our owned channels, which are things like our email list, our social media channels, our loyalty app, and if we were on anything like radio or TV, that would be an opportunity to push it there as well. We also do mailers, so if you guys never check your mail, once a month you normally get a response from us, so there's always stuff on there too. So that's kind of what goes into it. It's not really the most exciting process to like talk about, but it is really fun.
Right.
Go through those steps. Ops 2 will then turn around and do like a rollout guide and training. But yeah, it's not the most glamorous process, but it is really fun as you're working through it. But
Right.
I support a lot of people.
I'm not going to lie here. I'm really like anxious to get to a burger. Like I'm really anxious to just roll through the drive-through, just regular, and say Beats and Beers Burger. But yeah, make sure everybody, whoever is tuning into this, whoever tunes into it later to watch the recorded version, please share this, that we have the Beats and Beers Burger. It's on the menu. You can go to any Halo Burger location, Flint, Grand Blanc, Fenton, Burton, Bertrand, any of those locations, and get the burger. And my brother just said it's an experience. Yeah, it truly is. It's spicy, but not spicy. It just got a little kick to it. That's all. But it has really good flavor. And I wouldn't steer anybody wrong on, tasting anything. So
yeah, I know I can't handle a lot of spice, but this is like totally within my boundaries. The guy earlier is like, I don't usually like spicy food, but this is really good. But last thing, tell them where they can tell them about the merch.
yes, so the merchandise here, you'll see me probably will be posting about it a lot more throughout the day here. But yeah, so the merchandise, you can go to beatsandbeers.com/Halo Burger or haloburger.com/Beats and Beers. So either or, you'll get directed to the same place. But either or, go get the merchandise. It's also a limited time thing, but get that as well. I mean, I look at it as collectors, pieces. So get a piece of history, for lack of better words. But yeah, the merchandise is live and on sale now. There's been some orders, and I see some people ordered like right at 12, which was great, last night. But yeah, get the merchandise, get the burger, and yeah, keep eating the burger, please. So
and definitely let us know what you guys think. Tag us in your social media posts. We'd love to see that stuff.
Yeah, hashtag like Beats and Beers Burger or something. Well, that's what I've been using, Beats X Beers Burger. And yeah, so we can like click on it and see who's eating it or whatever the case is, repost some pictures, whatever. Cool content. So,
Yeah.
any other last words?
No, this has just been so much fun working with you. You and your team and all your fans are awesome people, and we're just so excited to see what the response is in stores.
I'm super excited. Again, thank you guys. Thank you to the whole um, Halo Burger team for just being in line with it all. Thank you for being forward thinking and just open to ideas and collaborations. I know it's going to be great. So we're going to push this one to the top.
It's going to be awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much. And let me know what you think about the burger.